Sup everyone, welcome to L.A.G, episode 11. My name is Tien, and today with me I have Zach.
Hi.
And I have Adam.
I hate you.
A frustrated Adam.
I irritated Adam, which is awesome. And we are going to talk about life anime and games.
You liar.
Today's subjects, we are going to talk a little bit about Kanye West.
Kanye
West. I cannot say that guy's name. And
This is a bad name, and you're a liar.
and his rules and his poutiness. Let's go with that word right now. We're going to hit some anime with actually a show that is really intriguing to all three of us. And then for our game, we are going to talk about a little blue hedgehog and what has happened.
That death stare.
As you can see, I have pissed off Adam. It is
He
great.
is staring into your soul.
He is, isn't he? This is going to be
Burning
fun.
a hole into
This
it.
is going to be fun tonight. Hey, I woke him up.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, I woke him up. I always got to have it stored. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit about life. And you say his name because I cannot say his name.
Kanye West?
Yes, Kanye West and his week of creation and show.
His suckiness that he should stop being popular?
Well, we can't say that because he is popular. So, what can we do with that?
Well, we can say that he's not someone who should be in the video game industry
Yes.
or the fashion industry
Yes.
So
or in
he's-
control of anything.
Kanye
Yeah.
West has made a video game, and it's called
Only one?
Only One or The One?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And
here, let
from
me-
what it looks like, there's angels and there's a Pegasus that one of the angels rides, and they're all flying into the sky.
I mean,
That's
Well-
all we got out of it.
Well, it was also 90s graphics.
that
That was terrible graphics.
the premises is for his mother who passed away, and it's a game for her about her ascending to heaven. And
That's not something you would want to make a game out of.
Yeah, that's not like tribute material. Like, I'm gonna make a video game tributing my.
I mean, it's a sweet gesture, but especially if you're going to be trying to make your first video game out of it, that's asking for trouble.
it's such a weird idea
it's too direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched the trailer, which we will put on the links below, and it was interesting. A lot of clouds.
I don't understand what the game is.
I don't either, and
There was zero gameplay shown, and the trailer didn't show any plot potential or anything other than an angel flying.
Well,
yeah.
and riding a Pegasus.
And yes, riding a Pegasus type
Wait,
creature.
why would an angel fly right at...
I don't know. That's why I'm making that point. I don't understand it.
Well, it is him, and he's had a lot of
I wonder if there's any semblance or
Symbolism?
symbolism.
and he's had a lot of interesting things he's done in the past. But what was
If I didn't know the subject material, I would have a dirty joke for that.
But also, what's weird about it is because when he, previewed his trailer in front of people, they gave a modest applause, clap, clap.
It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're having fun.
Yeah, and then he got irritated because he didn't feel like it got the respect it deserved,
So he demanded
It-
more applause.
and it to be replayed, and a little more description about it.
Yeah, when you're making
He's-
something that's that close to your personal life,
Hit play on that.
it's not something that's going to ever get what you want out of it.
Here's some quotes he has said about when they saw it. It's not easy to do this, man.
That's accurate.
Y'all be acting like this shit is regular. That's his words, not mine. And then they played it again. And then he also said, no, you don't understand. I go out and meet with every day in San Fran, and they all diss the blank out of me. And I'd be like, I want to make a video game. And they'd be like, F you. Yeah, that's hard to do, bro. Those are quotes from him about this game.
Because everybody thinks that it's easy to make video games.
I don't think, maybe. But anybody who understands programming to the slight degree understands the difficulty involved. Don't get me wrong. I will pitch a fit about Smash's mechanics.
Yeah.
Everyone here can attest to that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't understand and appreciate the fact that they put a lot of work into it. It's those slight things that are still unrefined that cause the most frustration, though.
Also, you have to think about this. He gave the idea and what he wants. So the developers went, this may not, here's money. Okay. I would think that's how that
That's
converse went.
probably that's
I'm
probably how it
thinking
went
that's-
down.
That's how I'm thinking it went down because
What's the time frame that they were given if they had that kind of a trailer, though? I mean, how
Like
how
bad
long?
graphics, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the graphics and the lack of content. Like, there's nothing there other than
It was probably just some secondhand studio who's like, yeah, we can make a video game. You just give us this amount of money.
I think it was
Well, I'm
Tribal
just-
Games that's making it.
I just mean,
Title.
like, what kind of time frame? Because I mean, if you're trying to make
It looked like it was made in a week.
right, exactly. So, how long have they been working on this for that to be the trailer? And I mean,
He
is
made-
it just something that he kind of like, all right, I'm gonna make a video game. I want a trailer for this right now.
No, I think he announced about it last year.
Ugh.
That trailer took no. Well, I mean, it might have been in the works, but the trailer shouldn't have. Hopefully, is not a year in production.
It is stopping your brain right now about this.
I'm trying to find the right verbiage for that, and it took a little bit.
It's just, he's just a strange fellow. I mean, he had his fashion show this week, and I read,
That's the worst part.
yeah, and he also made an announcement of his new album coming out. And I read you guys what he's had for the extras and some of the models to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, what are you supposed to do with all those rules?
Micromanaging to way too high of a degree.
And pull up that list. Let me get the list and I'll read a couple of these again.
Yeah, I remember there was some like,
Don't
Don't look-
rest. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the jumbotron.
if you do get tired, don't sit down, but sit down and
Don't engage with people.
yeah, don't look sexy, don't look cool,
No
don't
smiling.
yeah. It
There's
was
like 1, 2, 3. Let me keep talking. I want to count how many rules he has on this list right
Okay.
now.
Something about don't turn your neck. Don't look in a certain direction. Don't make eye contact. I mean,
don't
things-
interact with the audience.
Yeah, like things that are second nature. Don't do that. Oh, but here's the even
Act
better.
calm.
Yeah, it
Um,
acts natural, but remember, you're a picture. Like, it's just things that just literally contradict each other.
Almost 40 different rules, and half of them have to contradict each other.
Yeah.
Read like 10 of them.
Be natural, but don't do anything natural.
No whisper, no smile, no dancing, no sing unless instructed, no eye contact, no acting, no fast movements, no slow movements, no sharp moves, natural movement, show pride, hold your position. Those are like the first half.
Jeez.
I mean,
And now this is Kanye West's models modeling his new fashion.
yep, here are some of the clothes.
Those all look dumb.
Some of those sound like they're more rough guidelines because, you wouldn't want
That
to
one's
move.
posing too sexy.
I'm showing an image to Zach right now.
If
and
you are displaying things, you're not going to want to rush through. And as far as slow moves go, I'm sure there might be something that you could have as a negative for it. You don't want it to drag on. I don't know, but it's the rest of it is the area where it's more awkward.
it's just strange.
Eye contact.
You know,
Don't walk too fast. Don't walk too slow.
I mean, where
Don't
do you
walk moderate.
I mean, are you just supposed to stare off into one specific point that there's not a person that could possibly be there?
you
wait, I
are a
forgot.
pitcher is one of them.
Yeah.
You are a pitcher.
That's literally one of the rules
Yep.
of his.
Yeah.
You are a pitcher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now that I know.
Yeah, there you go. It's, well, as I said, he must have a lot of money and a lot of freedom to do what he wants with that.
He does have a
Well,
lot of money.
I do have one thing to say.
What?
I'm pretty sure his video game is going to be better than the most recent Sonic game or the last 5 Sonic games.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in gaming. That's going to be because we have a lot to say about
Stay
that.
tuned to
The
gaming.
Okay, well, let's also moving on to a subject that is destroying our minds and confusing us.
What would that be?
Hanna-Barbera comics, because DC owns them, which I did not know actually until recently. I didn't know that DC owns Hanna-Barbera or is part of connection with them. So they're going to reboot, recreate, reimagine a lot of our classic cartoons and characters like Scooby-Doo, like Flintstones, like Johnny Quest, to a more modern setting to them. I showed a couple images to Zach and Adam here, and what did you think of them? Don't worry, they'll be on the links below too.
The image that threw me off the most was the one for Scooby-Doo, because they had a sci-fi feel to it with awkward, I'm assuming ghost trapping devices. Think a merger between, a very awkward merger between Ghostbusters, and Scooby-Doo. And that's what it looks like, except add in some weed before you make the characters.
No, there's some weed in this. You got to admit, they been smoking
More
something.
like LSD.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Shaggy, they really went with the hipster hippie.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they
then
did.
with Daphne, or not Daphne, Velma, gamer.
Kind of,
Like-
sort of.
No, she's holding a controller.
She's
You're
literally.
right, she was.
Oh wait, no, that's a drone.
Oh,
She's
that's
controlling a
She's
drone.
Did you notice how Scooby-Doo has a lens now?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was. I gave up.
And you know what's really, really depressing? If on this image, you can see bubbles of emotes that's being communicated through that lens.
What's an emote?
Oh,
Emojis.
no. No.
Yeah, if you look at the image,
So it's
Those
gonna
are-
display his emotion.
yeah,
No.
yeah. Take a closer look at it.
No.
Okay, hang on.
I-
hang
no.
on, hang on. If Scooby Doo is gonna be emitting these emojis out of his monocle, is that
He's
what we're
going to
gonna
be
call it? Yeah.
doing that instead of
No.
saying rut-row.
Lol. No.
Which, to be fair, that's not good dialogue.
Hang on.
Okay.
There's a study I found on the internet the other day that said the most horny people normally use more emojis than the average person.
Why?
So
Why?
does this mean
Zach, why?
Scooby
No.
Doo is
Stop.
always horny?
No.
Does this also explain a lot of things about our group too?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think
I may or may not use a lot of emojis.
and I barely use any.
I'm going to go with this for the sake of my sanity. It's a study you found on the internet. That means that there is
The
zero scientific
No,
anything related
The
to it.
internet is always right.
I'm going to post something on the internet that says the exact opposite.
It'll be true.
Oh, gosh.
See?
And then we also have an image for Wacky Raceland.
Dude, I used to watch this I used to watch this show so much as a kid.
I'm not
Wait,
surprised.
you used to watch kids
No.
from your
Well, technically I
tinted
used to
black van?
technically I used to
With the
babysit.
free candy sign?
What?
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm actually really excited for this because the art actually looks really cool.
You know this is
And-
a comic, right? Are you going to read it?
The answer is no.
Oh.
Yeah, these are comics.
I thought they were gonna
No.
Oh, well then I don't care.
Are you serious?
I thought they were gonna be redoing it like
No.
animation.
No, these are going to be comics. That's why I
Oh,
said
well then I've
DC.
lost 100% interest.
Oh my gosh.
Now if you guys bring them over and show me, then heck yeah, I'll probably get into it. But
Oh my gosh.
Well-
Flintstones, no, I'm not nowhere close.
That one just looks weird.
It
They
just
look
looks-
weird.
Well, when it comes to Flintstones, if you think back, not only on the original art style on it, but the can you call it plotline? I don't know.
There's no real plot line to it.
Right. I mean, and that's a lot of what cartoons were back then.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that you can really do to it that's going to destroy it. It's just, why does it need a remake? What are you going to get out of it?
That does not look interesting to me though.
It's
Well,
just
it's-
an update.
yeah.
It's just hey,
These are
let's
all
bring it back and make some more money.
Revamps.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe, but if you don't add something new to it, why remake it instead of just re-release it?
Because a lot of re-releases won't produce as much money as people going, oh, hey, they remade this from something that I used to really enjoy. Let's check it out.
And also PC. They got to be PC nowadays.
Oh, so there would be edits to
Yeah.
how? Yeah, that would be accurate.
What?
Yeah.
Edits to what?
A lot of cartoons back then, especially things like Tom and Jerry or
Even
Bugs
Fantasia.
Bunny, wasn't as much,
No.
but it still had a few episodes which were
Questionable to the modern age.
Yeah. Racism and things like that were much more
Oh.
accepted, especially in Tom and Jerry. There were a few
Crude?
There was a maid.
Yeah,
There was a
there was a
maid.
maid.
I guess I
was-
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Disney is known for this. I mean,
Yeah.
there is a movie that will never be re-released by Disney.
mhm.
What, something of the South.
There's actually a couple Disney movies which I don't believe will be re-released.
I know something of the South because it has the Zippity Doodah song.
Oh,
Yeah,
zippity-doo-dah.
that song. And also Fantasia even got edited.
Really? What
Yeah.
for?
The centaur scene,
Uh-huh.
there was actually one that was can I say that word? Blackface? It's well, if we can't say it, we'll delete it, but blackfaced.
Huh.
And you can find it on YouTube. And you
Huh.
look at it, you're like, oh, yeah, that's something they
I'm
took
going
out.
to go watch that because I don't think I've ever seen that either.
It's been edited out.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of times have changed. I mean, remember they had a lot of things for World War II that they did. I mean, Donald Duck
Yeah.
was
There was the Nazi
Mhm.
episode.
yeah.
Huh.
So that's one of the things they would have to do is just make everything politically correct for nowadays.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are they going to be doing? Is Hanna-Barbera going to be doing like a Space Ghost? Is that what I saw earlier?
It's a fusion of Johnny Quest and Space Ghost, I think.
Huh.
Because I love Space Ghost.
Which Space Ghost?
Coast to Coast or
Original.
Yes, like the original cartoon, and
Coast to Coast?
yes, Coast to Coast.
Huh.
Huh.
Not a lot of people actually saw the original cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Really?
But yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid.
never seen it really.
Really?
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
actually.
It was one of those that was on at an awkward time.
It was good when I was young.
okay. It was never good.
Like I
It
said, it was
was-
good when I was young. When I was
when
not
you were-
mentally ready for.
When you were
real stuff.
young, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cartoons and fighting and funny voices.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as Space Ghost crossover,
Mhm.
I mean that is adding a lot to it. I have no idea where they're gonna go with that.
I watched a little bit of that.
Of Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
I watched the 1994, 1992 one when they had 3D beginning. Remember those when
Yeah.
we started using computer animation, CGI?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, remember those times?
that was so bad.
Reboot.
Speaking about Johnny Quest,
Wait, that was the one where they had battles inside like a cyber world kind
Yeah.
of thing, and
Yeah, and
wait, the paralytic was able to move around inside the. Yeah, I
and
remember.
they had to play the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I will admit, when I was young, that
bad
was
memories.
hey, that was a fun show when you're little.
I know, but just thinking back on it,
Now what you know and how
Yep.
everything's moved.
yep.
like I was saying, Johnny Quest, Venture Brothers,
Yep.
they're starting their new season,
Mm-hmm.
and the first episode is hilarious.
I heard
You can
that.
go watch that on adultswim.com.
Yeah,
Still Brock Sampson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock
Yeah.
Sampson's always a badass.
yeah. I have
Did
to
we
watch it.
discuss his voice actor last time?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
All right. Well, moving on from Western cartoons to Eastern cartoons, let's go to our anime section.
Anime.
So, Zach, week anime, what do you got?
Well, I have been watching Gintama, and it's awesome. I'm on episode like 125, I think.
There's only 125.
No, that's where I'm at.
It's like
There's 300 and I'll have to check.
it's getting really close to 400 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's getting up there. But I've been watching it, and the plot. It's kind of hard to explain what Gintama is. Gintama is a
I think
anime with that makes fun of every anime.
So, Satorio.
and it's not just that it does that, but it actually does its own job of
Having
providing characters and
development and
Mhm.
plot and a really cool action backstory, but yet still having maybe some love in there every once in a while.
Okay.
It's Japan. It's literally like Japan's one of their. Sorry.
Gosh dang it, Zach.
I
You
lost where I
your
was going.
entire train of
You-
thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, a noise popped up in the headphones that you guys didn't hear, but we
Well,
heard
on
it.
top of that, you were trying to look at the TV screen while talking. That's a terrible idea.
Well,
Zach,
I'm looking.
you know
there it
how
is.
just
Gintama is at episode 309 right now,
and you're only
and still
Okay,
growing.
so it was just recently at 300. So
Yes.
still by comparison to anything else, really close to 400. But I was thinking it was approaching 400, not 300.
No,
Okay.
no, we just broke 300 in Gintama, but I see it. I mean, depending on where the plot line is right now, I don't know where it is because I haven't gone through and looked, but I'm guessing there will be at least 400 episodes because it's so widely popular in Japan, and the cosplays are starting to pop up every once in a while now. I'll be cosplaying Gintoki this year.
So is it one of those that has a subtle growth with it?
It's a really long growth. Like it's almost like I don't want to relate it to Naruto, but
Naruto
There's a
was
l-
not a
there's a lot of filler episodes, but they're there on purpose.
Just piss me off about this show.
What?
I hate filler.
Well, it's not a filler anime, but it's like there's plot within each episode, but it almost feels like a filler because they're making fun of they'll make fun of One Piece, they'll make fun of Bleach, they'll make fun of Naruto, they'll make fun of Dragon Ball Z, they'll make fun of animes that you haven't even seen that are in Japan.
To be fair, I mean, when I watch it, because I don't watch it nearly as much as you, I've probably
Mhm.
only seen about 12 episodes, scattered even, so harder even to
Yeah.
judge from there. But each episode is really well self-contained, even if it's in the middle of some kind of story arc. There's usually only a couple episodes in relation to what I've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of picks its own story here and there, goes through that, and then we'll switch back to nonsensical whatever. It's not something that is meant to be taken overly seriously.
At this moment in time where I'm at, for sure.
Well,
Okay, hang on. There has been some major plot development within these episodes. Now, it's kind of like them going, here's some plot. Oh, nope, we're going to take it away. And then here's some more plot. And then take it away. And then heavy plot.
so it's
and
it's not like it's doing filler just to catch up.
No, not at all.
It's filler that
It's-
is created for the story.
Yes. And
Okay.
each little detail within almost every episode has something to do heavily with the plot later down the road.
Okay, because when you say Naruto and filler, Naruto's filler was just created episodes
Just
for
to create.
just to fill space.
Naruto and Bleach's filler are pretty much considered the worst filler
Yeah,
Animes.
ever. Yeah.
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z's filler, I don't know how it got by as much as it did, because going back and trying to watch any episode of Dragon Ball Z during the Frieza saga especially is mind-numbing.
I think it's got by because honestly, it was a new thing when it came out. I mean, honestly, anime to America, because it was one of the first ones I bet a lot of people watch.
It was one of the first most popular.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's look at it this way then. So let's not just go with in America, but
Okay.
in Japan as well.
Okay.
Yes, the art style was really good, especially at the time.
Yeah.
And that was also before shonen became a
Empire?
self-contained reference material,
Mm-hmm.
where you would take the story from the literal last chapter you read and repurpose it for the next characters.
And that's hilarious because in Gintama they make fun of shonen so much. Like Shonen Jump. And,
Are they owned by Shonen?
I think so.
Oh yeah, they are. They were in the
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
They were in that game,
Yep.
Shonen
Oh,
Jump
yeah.
versus. So yes, they
oh,
were.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yep. Gintama's awesome. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go and watch it because
Well,
it's amazing.
This is why I think they were sort of able to get away with that in that time frame. honestly, in that time frame, we had a lot more patience. We really did. We didn't have ADD. We didn't have
Oh,
instant technology. We didn't have.
We put up with commercials.
We put up
We
with.
didn't have AdBlock Plus.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We
We
didn't,
didn't have
have.
instant streaming.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that.
We didn't have
Wait a
cell
minute.
phones.
Aren't you guys old enough to not even know what TVs were back then?
What?
What?
Oh!
I'm gonna punch you, boy. Wow, you should look at Adam's voice on that thing.
jeez.
But yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they got away with it too. And also the reason why they did the extension so much is because when the manga was being written, the anime was like so close together that they actually added those spaces so the manga can write more and more so they can fill it.
Yeah, that's.
And I mean, that's why a lot of times nowadays you see a lot of animes who have the longevity. They know when to pace it just right so they could give the creators time to make, more chapters and stuff. And they didn't really do that with Naruto. That's why we got 93 episodes of filler straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, One Piece, I think I've said this in the past recordings, but One Piece, they don't do filler episodes.
They've had a dozen. Oh, I would say max 20. One was 7 episodes. One was 5. Well, one was about 3, and then they've had one review episode because honestly, like in episode 300, they did we gotta put a review episode so everyone sort of can catch up.
Have you noticed with certain animes nowadays, they don't really do many review episodes anymore?
Yeah, they don't because there's not a lot of long-term ones.
Well, and on top
That
of
is
that,
true.
they also do seasons now, even
Yeah.
for the longer term ones.
Yeah.
Because things like, let's even look at Gundam. Gundam had a period of
yeah.
hiatus between its 12 episodes and where it is right now. I imagine that if we're lucky, which I think we are, we'll have a season 2 for Erased.
Well, that's actually bringing up to our next subject, Erase.
Yes.
Which I don't think I don't think there'll be a season 2 because no. Okay. But okay, let me fair warn you. I know
How many chapters in a manga is all you can say?
maybe about a dozen.
So one season.
No. Because I read something
I
I told you.
I told you. Number only.
So how many chapters are in this manga?
Right now?
Yes, 90.
No, about 30 something.
Oh.
Aha.
But
So 1 to 2 seasons.
Is it still going? Or did it end?
it's a remember when we read it? Okay. See, because
This is difficult tippy-toeing around.
Yeah, it's difficult tippy-toeing because
No time frame spoilers.
Okay.
36
Okay.
can be between 1 and 2 seasons.
can be,
Can be. That's what I'm saying.
but
Nope. No but.
They could stretch it out to make it 2 seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
I-
okay,
if
let
they
me
don't need to stretch it out.
That's
If
what
they
I
can-
mean.
If they can finish it in 1 season, that's fine. But if we're lucky, there'll be 2.
does it
Let me leave my dream world.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's just talk about Erase then. Let's give a little bit of why we're so particular and why we're so don't want spoilers
because
for this
it's effing good.
It's a great series. Okay, let's give a little premise. Okay, Zach, give a little premise because you can simplify stuff and we'll go to analytical, me and Adam.
Yeah. I'll get the
Okay,
details.
yeah.
So it is about this boy,
Man.
adult,
That-
Yeah.
adult
He's-
man boy thing.
He's slightly older than I am. He's a man.
Yeah. Physically too, and mentally.
Old man.
You are a liar, and we will be talking about that today. And you can't stop me.
Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
Who are you talking
I'm
to?
watching time here. I'm watching time.
I'm talking to Uncle TN.
I'm watching time. Hey, youngin. Hey, nephew. Hey.
I'm your great nephew.
I'm okay with that. I have one eye. I'm broken. I'm okay being the old man. Okay.
Ding 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 fight.
Let's go. Let's go with the premise of Erase.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Dad shares the story.
And yet I'm the youngest.
You created this.
Oh, geez.
Nope, that was his wife.
Nope, that was my
Oh,
wife.
that was the wife, yeah.
Yep.
So we got kind of like a new joke going around. But
Let's keep going, boy.
anyway, so Erased is about this boy man.
Man child.
Yeah, there we go, man-child. Well, that's accurate.
In many ways.
In many
He
ways,
will be
yeah.
called a man-child.
Okay.
It's about this man-child who can jump through time.
Uncontrollably.
Uncontrollably, usually in short bursts. Remember when he originally had it.
Yes, it tends to be within 5 minutes at the max,
Mhm.
but normally 1 to 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, somewhere in that
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
time frame.
And it's mainly to prevent something bad happening, death, murder.
It triggers due to some kind of traumatic experience around him.
Mhm.
And he doesn't know if he controls it or if somebody is forcing him into these time
Episodes.
jumps.
But he's had it for a long while because
Yeah,
every
he's
time,
had it since he was 8, 6, something like that.
It never actually
it
specified
never
a range.
specifies.
I thought his mom said
Nope.
in a
Nope.
past episode, she was like, "You said that back when you were like 6."
No, not anything related to time jumping.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's just knowledge of what he knows. But he has it for a short term. It actually, when it initiates, he sees a blue butterfly, I believe.
I don't know if he sees it or not.
It's
it's
a
just
graphic shown
It's
for
a
the viewer.
graphic to
Yeah,
at least
for the
that.
viewer. Yeah,
And every time he does it, he knows of it. He has knowledge of it, and he's actually using it because he's also a manga artist.
It's more similar to deja vu as he describes it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's using that idea to write a manga because he's a manga artist.
So anyway, he goes and tries to save whoever or whatever, and it has negative consequences depending. Either it'll be for him sometimes or not for him.
Well,
And
He actually describes it as usually coming out even in some way
oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
or negative for him.
Yep.
Anyway, it's a story about this little girl who died in the past.
It's a story about multiple characters and how they relate.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a short version to kind of jump in there.
How about you describe it? Because I'm having a difficult time
Okay.
describing
Okay.
it.
I'm trying to fill in too much, I guess. So I'll instead of that, you fill in for me.
Okay. Probably won't happen, but we will try.
So the main character does go back in time to when he was a small child. There was a series of kidnapping and murders that happened, and he believes he could have prevented it by helping save the first victim. I won't give too many spoilers as to how that occurs, the initial larger time jump, or what goes on in the past. But he is doing what he can to save those who are affected.
Because he's a good guy like that.
Yeah, he actually is a very, very likable character.
Oh, yes.
So it kind of shifts back and forth between time frames based upon traumatic experiences. A traumatic experience in one area or era will force him into the next time frame. So he will shift back and forth when a traumatic or negative experience occurs to a significant margin.
Now, have we seen if this is a multiple or not? Like, if he fails the first time to fix whatever happened, does he get another
have
chance?
not-
We have no confirmation of what time frame he's able to travel back in time to.
Okay.
But with him, we also know that he is able to modify time. We've seen that there is change when he does something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like his character because Satoru is his name. Is interesting because when he jumps to the past, he still has his memories, all the adult stuff, but he has to figure out how to still act like a child.
Well, and he still has his personality as an adult too.
Yeah.
As a child.
Yeah, but you also still see he still knows that he's a kid. When he's in that kid body, he still acts like a kid sometimes.
Right,
He
yeah.
blushes, he gets nervous, so you see that, even though
You
he
still
has-
see the child in
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's accurate too for a lot of different reasons because even if you're more experienced, there are a lot of situations that when you're as a child in that kind of a setting, like just knowing that you still have to obey your parent would have you slightly alter your mindset.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is probably true.
I mean, you would get frustrated in a similar way to when you're a child and you're told you can't do something. Now, I will say this. The character never is shown throwing a tantrum. So it's not that he gets frustrated in that regard.
He's
But
actually a very well-mannered child.
He's
Well, he doesn't.
and
he
very smart.
yeah,
doesn't he show a little bit on episode 5?
but kind of
the
yeah.
mittens.
But not a tantrum like
A normal child would.
yeah.
Okay.
And then on top of that, in the past, the demonstration that he has shown is that he was always a mature child.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not like it's glaringly obvious that, there's something massively different with this man-child.
So
Mhm.
what is his goal so far?
He's trying to prevent the murders. He's trying to find the murderer,
The murderers of
the 3 children in the past, and how it relates to current events going on in the present.
and then does he know who the murderer is?
He has a few clues as to the murderer's connection, kind of, up to this point.
It's trail breadcrumbs. He's finding pieces here and there,
Mhm.
trying to put it all together.
And at this moment in time, what episode are we on?
We're on episode 6.
Yep.
And there's only
So-
6 episodes out.
Yeah. How do you feel about the episodes? Do you feel that has there been a weak episode, or
Nope.
do you feel like there's been a weak episode or one that doesn't have much to the overall?
No, not at all. Actually, it's for me, it's kind of hard to follow because it's so mentally.
Demanding.
Engaging?
Yeah, you have to be paying attention because it's a murder mystery.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery, so it's really not my the kind of anime I normally watch, even though it's a really good one.
I love the subtle things in it, though.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know this is spoiled, but did you see when he went to someone's room? They showed a picture, The Last Supper.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
no, I did not see that.
yeah. I was like, oh, you know what's going to happen here.
I don't know if I should ask what episode that was or not.
You saw it
Today?
You saw it, but yeah, not today, but you saw it.
Okay.
You know which episode I'm talking about, right? Though, Adam.
No, but that helps narrow it down.
Yeah,
So
No, really?
yeah. There was an
Oh,
episode. It just
man.
showed for us.
We're going to have to talk about this after.
It was, and that's what it is. I mean, the music. Like Zach here loves the opening and ending.
Oh, I freaking love Asian Kung Fu Generation.
Yeah, he loves the opening ending.
Such a great
The music
band.
overall in the anime plays well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there is. I love it.
Tense.
There's
It's very
tense,
tense.
but there's also no music some parts, and that adds
which is
to it.
very sweet. Yeah, very
It
nice.
adds, because it could add a subtle thing that you're like something's happening.
there's
the-
also really good jarring segments too.
Yeah.
Like there in an episode we watched today, there was a segment where there was a very tense, rapid buildup of the music, and then something happened, and there was no music immediately after the action.
I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
Also like it because it it sets you up visually, auto, visual, and it has everything where you pay attention. Like you listen, you notice things when you can. And there's a couple of like one unique thing that I wonder what connects to is when he explains when he goes to, what is it? It's
Revival.
Revival, and it shows it in film. What's the idea with the film?
It's a stylistic choice as well as a way to demonstrate past.
Mm-hmm.
They're typically shown in a pseudo or partial black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a kind of a nod to classic film.
And then and I like that idea, but also while I'm questioning when it shows that one that almost like a central sphere and all those. Do we know anything about that yet?
It's safe to assume that that's mostly stylistic, but that's probably the thing that, if it is going to be references to what that is,
I thought it was referencing time, like as in
Yeah.
like this is the fabric of time, and this is what happened within that time, and he's rewinding it and changing it or rewriting or refilming.
that it's kind of the core of what is triggering the events. That's essentially what it is. So it is either time or a catalyst of some kind.
So it's a not a metaphor, but a what's the
Manifestation.
word? Close.
Imagery.
Yeah, like an imagery of time.
Right. Yeah. It's like I said, stylistic or catalyst.
Okay.
Okay. I would say we're gonna talk about the next episode when we have a next podcast because I think this is going to be our one. We're going to talk about
this is the you need to catch up.
Yeah.
When we talk about it in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
We will be discussing spoilers.
Yeah,
Yes.
because today we're initially just talking about giving you guys a time to watch because next week we're going to talk about episode 7 and previous ones. Okay, overall, what would you say thing to push to make people watch it?
It is some of the best dialogue between characters with a lot of rapid development, and very, very interesting psychological dynamics for each of the characters.
Zach, what would you say to get people to watch it?
If you like a murder mystery, sci-fi, not sci-fi, but
Science fiction.
science fiction, time jumping, not Death Note, but almost Death Note feely, then this is the anime for you. This is something that will get you hooked and dragged into, and you'll be watching it as it comes out.
Actually, it breaks a lot of the anime boundaries to where you don't have to enjoy anime to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's very true, and that's probably one reason why it's grabbing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Asian Kung Fu Generation.
I would say the imagery of it because they do a lot of cold, dull colors, but when they mean something emphasis, you will notice it.
Mm-hmm.
It, as Zach said, it's a murder mystery, so I love those. I mean, I love Case Close. I love GTO. I love things that make you think and try to figure out clues to put it together because it engages you in that way. If you want to be engaged, this is a good anime to do that because you will want to figure out what's happening. You want to follow the clues and you want to piece it together, and that makes it worth seeing.
And it's always fun to kind of get the viewers to try to figure out what's going on. Because, it's not just like, oh, here is the story. It's like, hey, let's see if you can figure this out.
It's also been a whole lot of fun trying to figure everything out
yes,
with
it has.
discussions between us.
Yeah,
All
because I'm not really, I don't catch up. I don't follow along as easy as you guys do.
I can't speak.
I did enjoy the little chess demonstration earlier.
Yeah, that was very helpful.
All right. Well, now talking about other games and puzzles, let's move on to Nerd Stump.
Yay, nerd stuff.
All right. Nerd Stump is a game we play weekly, almost every week. Let's say we skip 1, 2 because things. But it's one that you guys should play. It's a weekly one that everyone loves to have. And if you want to know how the game is played, listen to our previous podcasts so you can see how we play this game. Let's get started. Who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
Actually, wait. Last clue for last week.
Oh, yes. Last clue for last week.
Okay.
You are correct.
Well, week before last, but
Yeah.
whatever. Did somebody just eat a mushroom? Oh my god, it's so huge.
That's not the clue.
That's not the clue. They can't hear that sound. I don't have it hooked up.
No. It annoys the heck out of
Yeah,
me then.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it does,
We-
doesn't it?
When I maximize my browsers in my computer, it has the Mario mushroom maximizing growing sound.
Okay.
And it's rather distracting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
you
don't
guys
know.
can't hear it, but we can.
Yeah. Okay, so last clue for the previous one is...
Brain case.
All right, guys. So listen to our previous episode, which is episode...
10.9.
No, before that one.
So 10.
10. And you'll have the other clues. And give a listen. It's still a good episode. All right. So Zach wants to go first.
Okay, you can't look at my screen when I open this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a video game series.
Wow, this is interesting. He's pulling out a video game series on us.
Yes, I am. Now, the first clue is... crap. I lost it. Where'd it go? Okay, so it came out in 1993,
Wow, that's...
and
The first of the series.
Okay.
crap. Where did it go? Okay, you know what? Just you know what? Fine. 1993,
Okay.
and the name of this video game came from a Tom Cruise quote, and
93.
Okay. Tom
Could it?
Cruise.
hang on.
Series. Having multiple.
And this has been titled the beginning of the first proper first-person shooter.
Oh, I got a couple ideas. I got 2 ideas in my head.
All right, what are they?
Dang it, I don't know which 2. Okay. The Tom Cruise thing confuses the crap out of me because I don't watch much Tom Cruise movies. 1993, so it's an old school game. You said first person, right?
Yes.
It's got to be
Well, it was the spawn of the true first person. Or
Spawn. So that means it's not the
not
original.
necessarily the original,
Okay.
but the series was.
Okay. You want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first because I still haven't decided on which title I'm going to throw out.
Doom.
Okay.
I think the time frame for the release is too late, but I'm going to go with Mission Impossible.
I was thinking Wolfenstein. I thought you were going to say that.
That's a really, really good one.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it was between those two.
All right. So yours is
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, and Tien's is Doom.
Yes.
Well, you both.
Well, we both would be incorrect,
Yeah.
so what's the next clue?
Yeah.
I was gonna try to make it sound fun, but I can't.
You can't.
Tien got it right. It was Doom. The video game came out in 1993
Really?
by
id Software.
ID Software,
id.
Software, and the Tom Cruise quote.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was going. I went with
The name Doom came from a Tom Cruise quote. Programmer John Carmack said in an
Yeah.
interview with the site Doom World that the game's title was inspired by a scene in The Color of Money in which Tom Cruise's character pulls out his custom cue case at a pool hall. Carmack reminisced about the scene. What do you have in there? Asked someone. Doom, replied Tom Cruise with a cocky grin. That and the resulting carnage, and how I viewed us springing the game on the industry.
Okay. I've never seen that movie though.
No,
Never seen it.
neither. But that actually does make a lot of sense
Yeah.
considering context.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, how do you quote the word Doom? And then
Because
with the scene, it actually does make sense.
yeah, I was trying to think. I was like that Tom Cruise thing. Just was like what?
Yeah, I had to bring it a little old school. I was like, if I'm going to bring up a video game series, I'm going to bring up something that I played a lot.
I wonder when
You know
the
that
Mission
they-
Impossible video game on the NES was released.
There was a Mission Impossible game for NES.
Yep.
What?
No, not Mission Impossible. Die Hard. I'm thinking Die Hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
confused. I kept thinking, why did you
I was
say
like,
that?
I was
again?
thinking,
I
yeah.
was, I was confused why you were
Yep.
saying that. I was like, that's why I said Wolfenstein. I was like, you could take that one.
Do you want to hear another cool little fact that I found about Doom?
What?
In addition to on-screen shout-outs in Friends, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Mystery Science Theater 3000, ER, Stargate SG-1, which I am currently watching,
Wow.
Doctor Who,
Yeah.
traces of Doom's been spotted in wide range of TV shows and movies thanks to popular sound effects gallery that provided many of the game's noises.
I'm not surprised because I bet you he didn't have a lot of money to make this game. He wanted to make a game, and he just got whatever he could with
Mhm.
those sound effects. So a lot of those are free sound effects, so he wouldn't have to.
Well,
pay
the game
copyright.
was actually free
Yeah.
when it first came out.
Yeah, so that's why I would suspect that. And he got so popular and got noticed because it's a bloody game.
Yeah, it's
Then
awesome.
he was
It's
like,
fun.
I could rate this, I could get it sold, and he did.
Well, heck, Rooster Teeth just did a playthrough, didn't they? Of Doom?
Yeah, because they actually like the person you just mentioned actually made a new level for Doom.
Really?
Yeah, he just made a new level for the original Doom, and there's a new Doom game coming out. There is a brand new Doom game coming out, I think this year.
3?
I think it'd be 4 or 5.
4?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 4 was the one that was most recently released.
No, then yeah, it would be the newest one. Would be 5. 3 was the dumb one because you couldn't.
I
use
think
the
I only
flashlight.
played the
No,
first.
then was there a
second.
fourth one after
I
the
don't.
flashlight one?
You know what I'm talking about? The flashlight.
Yeah, the flashlight one was the most recent that I know of,
I
but
thought
I
it
feel
was
like there was
3.
another one.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
so
go on, Adam. Let's see what your character or game or series or whatever it is is.
Okay. Chainsaw Sword,
wait, anime, video game, what?
video game.
Video game
Mhm.
character?
Yep.
Okay,
Gender androgynous,
I got it.
and last one, royalty.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Nope.
You know, sad I was going with that too.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Hits.
Lollipop Chainsaw has chainsaw swords.
She
She
carries
has
a chainsaw.
That's not a chainsaw sword.
I know the chainsaw sword's throwing me off because I can't think of anyone who uses that.
I've seen those. Chainsaws.
Repeat the clues again.
Okay. Chainsaw sword. Gender androgynous. So
I don't know.
why would
I don't know androgynous.
gender unspecified or
You don't know if it's a boy or girl.
multi-gender or take your pick?
It's those that you can't tell if it's a boy or girl. And you're like, I don't know if I want to bang it or not.
It could be a boy. It could be a girl.
I know how you feel.
Yeah.
And then the last one is royalty.
Huh.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I'm drawing a big blank.
We'll go with unique bloodline instead of royalty. That might help. Still accurate.
So a unique bloodline, chainsaw, sword,
Yeah, chainsaw sword.
and gender undefined.
Yes.
It's probably in a video game that I haven't even played. Have I played it?
You've played this game.
Crap.
Crap.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto. that all fits, right?
Yeah, they actually can.
So.
You put some mods in it, yes, it would.
You have a guess, Tien?
Nope.
All right.
Not even gonna throw rando out.
I'm trying to think.
Crap. I'm trying to sit here and go through my head for all
That's what I'm trying to do, but nothing's coming to my head.
all the video games that I've played.
I'm drawing a blank. I am really.
Okay.
You want to pass?
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll take
Alright.
a pass.
Last clue. Part dragon. Or can transform into a dragon. Both are true.
Dang it, I was going to guess Morgan.
Huh?
Yep. So wields a chainsaw sword, can change into a dragon, has a unique bloodline, and is gender undefined.
Crap,
Well, the gender is defined, but has to be defined.
There's absolutely nothing popping in my head.
I'm going blank.
Tisk tisk, both of you.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Okay, to be fair, you don't play this game a lot. And even though I discussed it with you, I don't think you know
Chrono
what I was
Trigger?
referring to. And you
Wait, I haven't played Chrono
should
Trigger.
know this.
Xenoblade? Do we need
Come on, TN.
That's the problem. I'm trying to pull out characters in my
Alright.
head.
He said I've played the video game. So the last video games I've played is, I've watched him play Xenoblade Chronicles. I've played Smash Brothers. I've played Turok, Lego Jurassic World, Grand Theft Auto, Ace Combat 5 or 6, Forza.
It would have been in Smash if anything.
Yeah, but I can't think of a character
I can't think of it.
that has a chainsaw sword. Is it part of their arm?
If we said that would have been Ash Williams for one reason. See, I can see pieces, but the androgynous is what's throwing me off. I can see pieces of all these put together. I can see Morgan. I can see Moonstone. I can see Ash Williams, but then there's the mill. I can't picture this one all put together.
Crap, I'm just going to say a random answer. I don't know of any of the characters' names, though. Just Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
Because of dragons. I don't know.
I can't think of this.
I'm going to say Barbra Streisand.
Make a Barbra Streisand.
Yep.
There you go.
Turns into a dragon, wields his chainsaw.
I'm going with Morgan. She slept with men and women. She's androgynous in that way.
The answer is Corrin.
Ha! But that's from Fire Emblem?
Yep.
I haven't played that.
No, you haven't. But you have played Smash.
Not with her in it.
Yep.
That's
So
a cheap
technically
move.
I
That's
did-
a cheap move.
Technically, I did
Because
not
that
play
game's
that
not
game.
out until this. Actually, it's not out till today.
Wait, it comes out today?
I think it comes out today.
I thought it was we're not a couple days out.
It's usually a Friday or Sunday. So
It
it'll come
should
out.
be Sunday.
Well, I didn't know since Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. But see, I didn't get that DLC. I haven't played Fates. So that's why I couldn't think of it.
February 12th is today.
That's fair.
See, that's
But
why it
I
threw me
also
off.
discussed it in detail last week.
Well, see, that's why I kept thinking Bayonetta too. Bayonetta was one I
Bayonetta
really
kept popping in my head,
Yeah,
but
that's
there's
why it
no
kept popping me.
chainsaw
Yeah.
sword.
That's what kept popping because you talked about her more than Corin.
And she's obviously a woman.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
threw me off. Okay.
All right, TN, since we both suck at this game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got
Well,
a point.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be able to guess it unless you just thought of last week.
If I played the game, I would have had
Yeah.
a chance, but it's not out, so and I don't have
Well,
the DLC.
it really would have been more Smash related.
Mhm.
I imagine that's going to be a lot where because I play Corrin a lot in Smash. I
Yeah.
really, really enjoy Corrin.
Yeah.
In the game.
See, that's why I haven't used her or seen him and her. Because basically, you could choose male or female, so that's why it was in my mind. Okay, mine is a anime series.
Hey, I might have a chance.
Yep. Remake it was remade from another manga series that pretty much used almost every single character from the original. It has a perverted instructor,
That doesn't narrow it down.
and it has another weak to strong character build. Type of character build.
And it's an anime series?
Physically weak or like weak?
Physically weak.
Is this an anime series?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Naruto.
I'm gonna go with reusing characters from the original series. You said,
Yes.
and it's a remake.
It was basically they made an anime series with almost all the same characters. They may have added something
Kenichi.
new. You are
Kenichi?
correct. What? Strongest disciple Kenichi.
That was remade?
Yeah.
Yep, that was the remake.
When
Yeah.
was it? Wait.
The original one, they were actually making it less humor based and more action. And the writer felt that he wrote himself into a corner trying to keep it so strict in a serious tone. So he scrapped it and then restarted from scratch using more humor.
So did he ever produce the first one?
Yeah, there's like 5 volumes.
Of the manga?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but not the anime.
Yes, that's why I said remade of the manga.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't actually fully hear them.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention sometimes.
Yep. I was going to go last clue like different.
That was a really fun one.
Yep.
I can't believe you got that.
When he mentioned the remake, I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I know this one. And then when he was the strongest to weakest, I was like, all right, that could be one of two things. If it was physical, then it was Kenichi. If it was like psychological development, I could have
thinking-
also seen that being Kenichi, but it wouldn't have been as strong a direct tie.
Because I was thinking Naruto, you got Shippuden that came out, but that wasn't a remake. That was just...
Yeah.
But
No, that was just the
Yeah, that's-
continuation.
Yeah, so...
All right. So for our clues for this week's character guessing,
Good job, by the way.
yeah, it is a gaming series. First clue, plenty of jiggle to go around. I just lost my screen. Gosh dang you, computer.
The first crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the first.
Yeah, one of the first crossovers. And dang you, screen.
More infinites than
Yes.
most average Japanese
He's fighting
fighters.
game. Yes.
Why are you guys staring at me?
We're just looking
Yeah.
at you. You're
Oh.
pretty. You're pretty. That's
Oh
why.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And then,
Oh, go ahead.
and our answer then for the previous one was
That was going to be.
Motoko
Thank you.
from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. I was like brain blank.
All right, so that was nerd stuff. Now moving on
And
to
I've learned... Oh, wait, no, actually. I'll save that for the last segment.
all right, so moving on to one game style to another. Let's talk about video games and the demise of Sonic the Hedgehog, because announced this week is a new Sonic movie
Live action.
and CGI.
So this means we get to watch a amorphous blue hedgehog kiss an actress that is human while being CG himself. So furries everywhere are going to be enjoying this movie very much in the back of the theater.
So you're going to go watch this?
I'm going to say this is just taking Sonic 06 and taking all away the gameplay and just making it the cutscene.
No,
Which
it's-
part's worse, the gameplay or the cutscenes?
It's Sonic. What has happened to that series?
It feels like a Roger Rabbit.
oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah. Okay. We all have positive memories of Sonic. I mean, Zach,
Yes.
you played.
Yeah, I
you
played it on the Sega.
Yeah, and you played it on the Sega.
Oh, yeah.
Adam. We remember how it was just the purpose was get one end to the other and watch him run. And it was awesome. It was fun. There was a simple story. They had one good cartoon that I really loved, which was Sonic AM. Sat AM. Best Sonic cartoon I think I've seen. Not that other crappy one with the freaking bird and the green robot thing.
See, that's the one I watched.
No. There was one that had a plot. You know which one I'm talking about, Adam? That one beats it out of the water.
Well, the animation quality on it was far superior.
The characters.
Pull
were
up a picture. I
characters.
want to see that.
Okay.
But the characters, what? I mean, just had better plot.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
What about Egghead or whatever?
Oh, he was actually scary in it.
Huh.
Like he was he was actually a villain that you felt like this guy would try to destroy. Like he would talk in a voice that you're like, wow, he's creepy, he's unsettling. He looked like his eyes glowed red and they look creepy glowing red.
A
So he
decent
didn't
example.
become. He wasn't a humorous villain.
Oh no. And let me see if I can.
Sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
That's
a good example, really quick, of kind of comparison for quality of the show.
like these characters.
I was always have been, always will be a huge fan of Mega Man. Sonic was a character that I enjoyed as a child, but it was never something that outdid Mega Man by any stretch of the imagination. The cartoon for Sonic was
so much better.
still, in my opinion, far better than the Mega Man one.
I actually have seen a few episodes of that. Not a lot.
I think it's the best one. And then it got canceled.
Yeah.
Why did it get canceled?
It was also kind of competing with another Sonic cartoon that you
That
watched.
Yeah, the one you
That was-
watched with the chili dogs.
Did not stay.
And the dumb. Yeah, what would you watch better?
I would watch the old one because
You
it
wa-
actually
yeah.
had. Yeah, I remember now. Now
Yeah.
that I'm seeing the backgrounds
Yeah.
and stuff.
And you know what's funny? Because I heard it, it is actually the best environmental show ever because it was actually doing that. It was showing about environmentalism and protecting the forest and stuff. And it did it so well that we didn't notice it, and we were watching and we're like, "Oh, really now?"
Yeah.
And
Unlike Captain Planet.
We don't want to talk about it.
Ted Turner.
I hated that show.
Why? The only reason I watched it was just because LeVar Burton was one of the voices.
I did not watch it.
When you have no television and they put that on at noon, you went, that's on at noon. And then I think that was the beginning of the downfall. That cartoon was the beginning of the downfall because they tried Sonic 3D, they tried Sonic Pinball. Those weren't as good. They were, and then we had Sonic 06, and since Sonic 06, what has the closest thing was Sonic 4 Episode 1, and then they still slightly screwed that up.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most, if not all, Sonic games have had some pretty big flaws in terms of just general gameplay.
Have you seen the newest Sonic and Sonic Boom?
That doesn't count as a game.
It's better than Kanye West's game.
That's probably going to be debatable.
Yeah, that's gonna be debatable. But did you not see what they did with the characters? Oh,
Show me.
I will say this: speed runs for that game are fairly interesting. Like, it is so broken that they will do things like do a spin dash jump into a pause cancel. What does it normally do? A second jump or a charge shot? I don't know. I don't remember the specifics for it, but instead of just doing a regular dash jump, the character will go literally flying through the air, and then they'll grab onto a zip line to an area that hasn't even loaded in properly.
Wait a minute. What console was this?
This one was on Wii U,
3DS.
PS4, PS,
And this came out a
Xbox One.
while ago, didn't
a
it?
year or two ago.
I think
Oh,
a
well,
year.
then I didn't play this one.
No.
I was thinking of one to where it was a.
Generations?
Generations was decent.
Yeah.
That might have been it, where you had a.
Two Sonics.
I don't remember the two Sonics.
Then you must have. Did you play the one with the humans in it?
I think it was for the GameCube. I think I remember playing one for the GameCube.
Adventure 2?
Adventure 2.
It might have been.
Yeah, that was... A lot of people
You
consider
get like
that...
an aerial view,
well,
but you're behind them and
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
What would you do to help fix it? I mean, honestly, how can you? Because
Well,
Stop.
Okay. At this point, you need to stop twisting the carcass to try to get the last drop of blood out. Then you need to give it a little bit of a break, find one of its offspring, and raise and nurture that.
Can I tell? Yeah.
Knuckles?
As far as it goes for making a Sonic game good, one, if you're going to try for a plot, don't. That's the only thing I can really think there. Step one, make good solid gameplay.
I think that's the biggest thing.
It's about moving quickly, and it's not about it. When you switch to 3D, it should not be about running quickly. Look at what works well for moving quickly in games nowadays. Racing games do it well, and fighting games, not fighting games, like brawlers, think platinum games. Yeah, beat 'em ups. Where you do something and you're rewarded with a lot of quick movement to your opponent's slowness. So you can do a couple of different things. You can make him move fast for the animations and combos and attacks in a beat 'em up style, and you can use racing style mechanics to make him move fast in a navigation sense. Then you add in platform elements so that you can make it to where it's more Sonic, and where you, instead of feeling like you're in a car, you still feel like you are a bipedal humanoid interacting with the environment.
Was this game ever to you guys more difficult than like was it too fast sometimes?
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, yeah, because you were, the game gave you the sense of hold in right.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times it would be, all right, there's an enemy suddenly here. When
Or
it's not
spikes,
humanly, when
the
it's not
spikes.
humanly possible to react to it. So you're going through the stage, la-di-da, then you get hit, you lose your rings, you grab your rings, and then you continue on.
Unless you 100% memorize the stage and play
Yeah.
it a billion times.
Yeah. So that was one of the flaws of the game, was that you played the game to learn the game to keep going fast.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about going fast and being rewarded for proper responses. So there are some really strong segments in that game where going fast is rewarding and there isn't anything getting in your way. But there's also a lot of segments where you're holding in right for a long period of time and nothing's going on. It's just moving quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that balance between reward for doing it right and not just holding in right, and not being punished for just holding it right because the game wants you to. That's the problem with Sonic, is that finding that balance is very difficult.
Well, if they just stretched out the maps, I would think it would be a little bit more enjoyable.
No, because they tried it with Sonic Episode 4, but they made you zoom in too much, so it didn't work.
well,
they
then
made
they
it
need
old
to
school.
zoom out.
Yeah, but they didn't do it, and they stopped production on Episode 2. And like the only, what's really depressing? The only one that will get you enjoyment Sonic-wise games is Sonic Dreams. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I've got to play it, and it's hilarious.
So you've not heard of this, Adam?
Dude,
No.
Adam, we are getting you to play this freaking game tonight.
Not tonight.
Yes, because he's halfway asleep.
That's true.
It's not too difficult to do.
That's true. It would be hilarious.
But I do want to film him.
Oh, we have to. We have to.
This is either going to be tonight or tomorrow.
And
we will post
I
this.
have the program to film. We could put it on my system and we could record.
Awesome. It's happening tonight. Hey
I-
guys, look up for a heads up. We're gonna have a video from Adam playing a game. Hey, we're gonna call this.
I will only play it if you give me a physical controller. I'm not playing on keyboard.
Okay, well then we have to do it tomorrow. I don't have my controller on me.
Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Look
okay.
forward to Adam raging at video games.
All right. Well.
God.
All right. So that's going to be a highlight, and we're going to end. I think we'll do some final thoughts now. So Zach, any final thoughts?
Yes, I have a final thought. Does this also count as like what we learned?
What?
What is this?
This is not Animaniacs. This is not the wheel of whatever.
I want to watch
the
that
wheel
now.
of magical goodness.
What?
I don't know. It just I
I
don't.
did.
Anyway,
Final
the wheel
thoughts.
of morality.
Final
is the
thoughts.
word we're
Whatever.
looking
It's
for.
final thoughts. Just final thoughts.
final
whatever.
thoughts. I
Whatever
have
you wanna-
learned that I need to take my anime card away from myself and give it to you two, apparently. Adam
Well-
over here knowing everything about the mightiest disciple, and then Tien over here knowing everything about everything I ever guess.
Well, actually, one of my old friends back in Tennessee, I was a roommate with him. He really liked it, and so I actually watched through the series because we would typically watch a couple episodes while eating dinner. He really enjoyed the series and knew the little bit of trivia that clue was related to. So
Oh, that's
that
funny.
was just luck.
Hey, still guessed
See,
it.
I watched
Yep.
the whole series and it was awesome.
The series was pretty good. I like
series
some of
was
the
fun series,
characters.
yeah.
It's funny. Ashley hates it.
I
I
can
can see
really
that.
understand that because it
It
as
does
much
do
as
a
I
lot of
said
fan
I can
service.
enjoy it. It's really fan service heavy.
Yes, and
It
she
doesn't
hates
have a
fan
lot of
service.
character development.
And it ends crappy.
And what?
It ends crappy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it has a lot of flaws for all of its good parts.
But it's a
So,
fun series to watch.
yeah.
All in all, guys. Don't.
It's-
Yes.
I would call it a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like if you enjoy it,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
you can enjoy it, but it's not something you would want to brag about.
All right, Adam. Any final thoughts?
So Rwby,
Now my
Episode
final
11.
thought. My final thought.
Hey,
is,
hey, I get
we'll-
my final
we'll-
thought.
Yeah.
So
We're running
Yang
out of-
lost an arm.
Why
and-
are you spoiling spoilers now?
We are running out of time.
Yeah, we
Adam.
are running out of time.
And this guy over here
Yeah.
talks about how he hasn't caught up on it.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to discuss this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, nope, haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Then literally 5 seconds before we start recording, hey guys, I watched Rwby.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't get to discuss this at all.
The final episode's tomorrow. I think it would be best to see it all, and then we could say how we felt. about
Yang
the
lost an arm. Adam's. I don't like Adam. I am not a fan of Adam.
He doesn't like himself.
I know he doesn't. Look at this.
And we've got one dead villain. We're pretty sure.
I don't know about that.
Like I said, pretty sure he got eaten.
No, he got swallowed.
That's eaten.
Yeah, but he did. We didn't see him get chewed or anything.
He was not fully digested.
Yeah.
Nor was he crunched to bits.
Yes.
But he was placed into a digestive system of an entity of pure evil.
Yes.
We have a giant dragon.
But he's
flying
also
around.
a pretty piece of douche, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that stops enzymes or evil.
I still
but
Or stomach acid.
yeah.
I just think the evil will feed evil. That's why.
Also, Velvet is so badass.
Yeah, I will admit her ability is pretty awesome.
Like so much. I would pick that character all day long.
You know that was a contest character. Someone created that
Hey,
character.
hang
and so-
on. I've got to give Yang a hand though, because
Okay, we're ending it here. Read the things. You just now ruined this for us. Read the things.
hang on.
Wait,
Adam's got one.
wait.
Adam's got one.
So, I think that actually hurt somebody's feelings. I think that Penny's actually a little torn to pieces over it. So
What's
you need
that?
to apologize.
We're gonna end it here now. All right, read the things, Zach.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I was laughing. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed us, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you can go and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdlag podcast and follow all the crazy cool updates about all your favorite animes and video games. You can go to SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/nerdlag. You can listen to us there, and you can go to YouTube by going up to youtube.com and going to the search bar and type in Nerdlag, and you will see our channel pop up. Just click on our channel and click like, subscribe, and you guys go listen and share. We are also on Twitter at Nerdlag, Nerdlag at Nerdlag Podcast, and then we also have a website that we are currently updating, and it's nerdlag.wordpress.com.
All right, guys. Remember, don't regret the things that you do. Regret the things that you don't.
Go watch Rwby. It's freaking awesome. I'm gonna go to bed tonight so I can watch it.
Go watch Rwby, Erased, and Gintama.
Fair warning. I think next week will be Ruby centric, and also I'll watch the live stream they did today.
If we do not discuss Rwby next week, I will eviscerate you.
I would love to see him try that. Actually. All right, guys.
All right, guys. This is Zach. I'm nerdy, dirty, and flirty. Bye, guys.
Neat.